Good morning, students. Welcome to English class 9. Today we start with Unit 4 Prose 17 Oranges, written by Bill Norton. About the author William John Francis Norton, known as Bill Norton. His journey was from 1910 to 1992. He was an Irish born British playwright and author. He worked as a weaver, coal beggar, and lorry driver. Before he started writing, his preferred environment was working class society, which is reflected in much of his work. He wrote many novels, short stories, plays, and children's books. He is the best known for the play Alfie and many more. Before we start the lesson, let's have an introduction. In the story 17 Oranges, the narrator himself tells about him that he was fond of oranges. He used to eat them all day and every day, but one day a policeman found 17 oranges hidden in his pocket. The policeman locked him and he said that he never eat and oranges again. The narrator wants to tell his story in brief. Now let's get into the story. The main characters are narrator, who works in a docks, it means harbour. Pongo, a policeman or a security police guard. Clem John, the planner. Story began with narrator. He was driving a little pony cart for the Swift Delivery Company and he often go in and out of the docks. Narrator says that he is not a thief, but he usually takes something which left on the ground by hiding in his apron. It means a protective garment. We use it while working in kitchen like chef. Once there was a banana boat in the docks. Narrator drove his little cart beside it. Often his friend kicked a bunch to him from the boat. He always picked it up quickly and hid them under his apron. And then the rest of the day he spent eating bananas. He likes bananas, but he likes oranges best of all. He only took things when he found them. But some people planned a theft very carefully, like Clem Jones. Clem Jones was a careful planner. Now, narrator tells you about him. One day, Clem was coming out of the docks. He was carrying a box. "What have you got in this box?" asked Pongo, the policeman. "A cat," replied Clem. "Please don't make me open the box," said Clem. "The cat will run away." "A cat?" Pongo said. "I don't believe you. Open the box." "But the cat will run away," Clem said again. "There is not a cat in the box," replied Pongo. "Open it up." Clem got very angry and finally he opened the box. Out jumped a ship's cat. The cat ran back into the docks. Clem ran after the cat. He was shouting angrily. 2 minutes later, Clem came back with the same box. He was holding the lid down tightly. Pongo, the policeman, laughed at him and Clem looked angrily all the way home. Then Clem smiled. He opened the box in the kitchen and took out a large Dutch cheese. So, in the box there was no cat but cheese were found. That was Clem's story. How he planned to steal the cheese. But narrator was not so lucky. Pongo, the policeman, caught him red-handed because his apron was damaged. Pongo noticed that his trouser pockets were somewhat bulged. "Hey, wait a minute," Pongo shouted. Pongo caught him by the collar, took him into his cabin nearby and looked into his pockets. There were 17 oranges. Pongo counted them and placed them carefully on the table. Too many people are stealing from the dogs, Pongo said. You have stolen these oranges hidden in your pocket. Have you anything to say? Narrator said nothing. He was very frightened, but he kept quiet. He had read a lot of detective stories to make the mistake of blabbering. He thought that if he says something, that would be as evidence against him. He knew that the best plan was to say nothing. So, you won't say anything, said Pongo. Pongo went to bring another policeman here. He will be a witness against you, Pongo said, and left the cabin and locked the door behind him. He was very worried. He looked at the walls, he looked at the door, he looked at the 17 oranges, and he thought he will be going to lose the job and he will go to prison. What will his father say? What will his father do? He almost gave up. Suddenly, narrator's inner voice told him to destroy the evidence. But how? By eating all the oranges with its seeds and peel. Yes, before the policeman come back to him, he should vanish the evidence and listen to his inner voice, and started eating the oranges one by one. Be quick, said his inner voice. There were still 3 oranges on the table. When narrator heard Pongo outside, he stopped. His stomach was nearly full. Be quick, swallow them, said his inner voice. He was lucky. Pongo and the other policeman had seen some carts at the dock gate. They went and talked to the drivers. This gave him a few more minutes. He must swallow all the oranges, he thought. Only 3 left. He swallowed the first one and then the second one. Suddenly the door began to open. He went through a great deal of struggle and finally managed to finish off the last piece of the last orange. Pongo and the other policeman walked in. This is the thief, Pongo said. Pongo caught him with his pocket full of oranges. Then Pongo looked at the table. There were no oranges on the table. Pongo looked everywhere for the oranges. He looked in his pockets, he looked in his apron, but he did not find it. Finally, Pongo understood what had happened, but it was very difficult to believe. 17 oranges, he said. 17 big oranges. How did you eat them all? Narrator said nothing. Pongo was not able to send him to prison. There was no evidence. Pongo became angry and shouted at him, but he did not say a word. In the end, Pongo had to let narrator go. Narrator told Clem Jones about the 17 oranges. Pongo locked you in that cabin for half an hour, said Clem. He had no right to do that. Perhaps Clem was right. Narrator don't know. He did not have time to think about it. He had eaten 17 large oranges with seeds and peel. Narrator felt very sick for a week, and those oranges kept working away in his stomach. At the end, that was a bitter experience for him. Well, thereafter he was never crazy about oranges. So dear children, I hope you all have understood. That's all for today. We soon meet in our next session with more interesting topic. Till that, stay home, stay safe. Thank you children.